What's going on, folks? This is Steve. We are with Race Day, as usual, on a fantastic Tuesday night. And today, we've got a special one for you. The Wild Willies Throwback race here from Legacy, Texas. Not the new Texas that we've been seeing in the real world, but the older version. Way different layout, and a lot might say the better layout for this 1.5 mile track. So a lot of fun are going to be had today. We're in the middle of qualifying right now, so we'll go down trackside and get you guys going on to see what is happening down on the track. Let's get down there right now. So far, here's qualifying. Man, Brandon 6 already on top, 29.34. Brandon, Bowie, Johnson, Phipps, and George. Wow. Top 5, all Bowie Esport drivers looking very, very good. We have a lot of paint schemes to go after today. A lot of awesome liveries to talk about. As right now we're seeing Scott Casoran go out on the track. Keep in mind, these guys only have that one lap to decide their starting spot for this race. A lot can happen. Scott Casoran up there. Grant Salzano, here he comes. That Miller light paint scheme. Stubblefield. Barossa right now going to be starting off in P4, so man, Bowie Esports today looking very, very quick already. Julio Villalobos, another one. Jonathan Wright, here he comes, starting his lap right here on the backstretch. And where can he finish this lap right here? Chooses to go the high line. Not sure if this is like a secondary lap. Let's see where he finishes off. Not going to be top 20, it looks like. 29th place for him. Matthew Fleming, new paint scheme today is looking like. Southern Diesel Solutions looking pretty good. Right now he is currently in that 23rd spot. So everyone wrapping up their qualifying effort. And right now Brandon 6 on top. Villalobos here. Wrapping it up. Where's his spot? Looks like it didn't go down unless this is his start of his first lap. That lap, last lap didn't count, so that could have been his in lap, or the out lap, I guess they say, but see where he wraps up here. But folks, this is going to be 160 laps, so a big race, kind of a long race too, and 2 stages obviously. That's just Julio practicing his green flag pit stops. Not a bad idea right here under the end of qualifying. So right now, as it sits, Brandon 6 going to be your pole sitter, and there it is. We're going to go to a quick warm-up session before the race. We'll go and step aside, thank our sponsor for today's race, Wild Willies. Come right back.
They say you can't judge a book by its cover. Is that right? No cover ever evolved as the story got better. You want to know what a man's been through, where he's going? A man's history is written on his face. We are, each and every one of us, the heroes of our own stories. The pioneer, the patriot, the rebel, the underdog. Hell, we are the American way. The ones who weren't afraid to get their hands dirty and sure as hell wouldn't back down from a fight. The going gets tough. Damn it, you just get tougher. And you wear your beard proudly, like an emblem of wisdom. With a handshake that's as strong as your word, and the belief that freedom is foundational. Because a motor was never meant to just idle. Like real men, we're never meant to look like clean-cut choir boys. Out here, a man earns the right to decide his own fate and his own face. Fuel your beard. Fuel your life. Wild Willies.
FuelYourBeard.com, folks. Wild Willies, man, what an awesome sponsor they are to bring on today for the race. Nothing like beards and Texas and old school throwback paint schemes, man. Hey, we're feeling pretty good today. So right now, doing a quick warm-up session. This is after qualifying, so these guys practicing their pit road entries and things like that. All the important things you got to do to get this race squared away. So going to give it just a second as these guys do this. But again, huge thanks to all of our partners today. As always, Harpoon Design, Premier Setups. We're going to be using those today in this race. All the drivers here on the field. Wild Willies, Admin Box. A lot of great partners today. So looking pretty good. 160 laps around this track will be pretty wild, obviously. And I think we expect some good racing. I saw the practice that these boys were in on Monday last night, and also on Sunday night. I did some testing myself, and it feels pretty good. I mean, this track before they reconfigured it. Right on board real quick, Austin Salyers. You'll kind of see, I mean, right now turns 1 and 2 are really kind of banked, right? And you'll know from if you know the new, like the new Texas layout, turns 1 and 2 here are really kind of like flatter and really, really wide. They kind of took out a lot of the real estate by the apron and kind of made that part of the track. So turns 3 and 4 right here, not too changed as far as what they did. So it's really more of a 1 and 2 turn thing, but still, people love this track, and that's why we're here. Kind of starting a new tradition every season for the ASRA. We're going to be doing a throwback race, but at an older version of a track. So there's plenty of them out there right now. Texas is one. They have Phoenix on the service with the dog leg, but with the grass in the middle, so you can't cut that. So that could be an option. There's old. I think Pocono is one of those, and I think Charlotte's also one of them as well. Daytona, old school, like 2008, 9-ish Daytona, super bumpy. So a lot of cool, lot different things and cool options for this series in the next couple of seasons. So we're going to wrap up this warm-up real fast. A lot of these guys kind of practicing some pit stops, which are important. Figure it all out. But big field today, 37, I believe it was. So love to see that. Last week had a great race at the road course, Chicago Street Race, where Kevin King won. We've had 6 different winners so far this season in 6 races. So today we're going to go for that 7 different winners in the first 7 races. I think it can happen. I really do. I think we're still waiting on the eventual Brandon 6th win. Frankie Barroso, right? Blaze Crawford right here already has his win on the season so far. So a lot can happen in this race. But this is going to wrap up right now. We're going to get down to the grid. Once they get it going, we're going to fire the music back up. So here we go. Through the field here at the beginning of the race. Look at this. Brandon 6 on the front row. Gets that pole. Man, could today be the day he gets his first win of the season? Very likely. Brandon Bowie in P2. There he is, starting off right beside his teammate Michael Johnson, 3rd spot. Frankie Barroso in P4. Looking very good. Again, everybody in this top 4. Brandon Bowie already has that win from Kansas. But man, a lot of these guys can make this happen. Andrew Phipps always qualifies well. And just saw Kevin King win in his car last week. So can you go back-to-back today with that paint scheme? Blaze Crawford rolling off P6. Thomas George, a great effort in P7. Mark Whitley, there he is rolling off in P8. That old school Mark Martin paint scheme, and I love that. We'll talk more about these paint schemes as the race progresses. Thomas George, next off. Joseph Mealy, that Gordon paint scheme. Oh, I love this one. Personal favorite of mine. Grant Salzano, Miller Lite scheme. Tim Robb There he is, rolling out 13th. Marshall Harris with the Wild Willies in the hood. Big thanks to them. Little blinky blink from Marshall Harris. Jacob Weiss, 15th place. Christian Angel, that Diet Mountain Dew Dale Jr. car, the Batman machine, looking solid. Ryan Dunkelberger in P4. I'm sorry, number 4, 17th spot. Matthew Pont, 18th. Kaufman. Then Nick Lights throwing it back to his old school first start. Kaufman, Stubblefield, Brady, Matthew Fleming, Kenny Reel, Dylan Bates, Thomas Meeks, Austin Salyers, Daryl Young. Loving this paint scheme right here, man. Tyler Dohar, Villalobos, your top 30. Millerin, Wright, Gasorn, Smecker, Sobel, and Necula round out the field. Outside of that, we'll get to all the paint schemes for sure as we get this thing going right now in just a second. Looks like we're going to go one more lap just to make sure we're good to go here. This is kind of the nice thing too about stage one is that, you know, we can kind of relax a bit on these initial pace laps because fuel can go about 32, 33 miles. So that is the nice thing. .25 laps, excuse me, will be the first stage. As right now we see the pace car lights off. In 6, Bowie up front, going to be leading this race. Track position, I've got a feeling, will be a huge factor as we get this thing going on. A lot of guys might choose to do different things, but I've got a funny feeling we'll see a lot of different strategies, especially in stage 2. You know, do you go for the tires and get that stage win, or do you save a set for stage 3? These tires here will be huge. We will find out here momentarily. We're going to get this thing going. Pacer going to take a hard left-hand turn. Going to get this Wild Willies throwback race underway. Starter cam has the green flag in the air. And here we go. Green flag is out. The Wild Willies throwback race. Already a lot of movement. Grant Salzano got a little bit out of shape right there, way down low. Still looks pretty decent so far. A lot of guys making it work already. Throughout the field, middle of the pack actually looking pretty well tight right here. You'll see initially in this first, probably half of the race, the low line will be the preferred lane. As the track is hot right now, it is Texas. So right now we'll see that low line kind of be the preferred lane, but as the race kind of cools down, maybe second half of the race, beginning of stage 3 perhaps, we'll see the second line and the third line, the top line, really come into play. They might try and force it now as we're seeing a couple of guys right here. Salzano trying to make the outside lane work, and it might work. But really right now it's all about saving those tires. Stage 1 is only 25 laps, but you have to make it last and get to the end. You can push, give it maybe like 5 or 10 laps and then push to get to the end. Look at this. Dunkelberger way down low right here. Forces the issue up against that 60. Keeps it going. Smart move, looking pretty sharp right here. Everyone fighting for it. Brady giving Dunkelberger a bit of a bump right there as we're seeing Nick Lights on the outside lane, the number 2 machine. Looking really, really good. That's a throwback for Nick Lights, that number 2, to his first real-life NASCAR race. I believe it was Kansas. correct me if I'm wrong, Nick, or somebody in the chat, but I believe it was Kansas, if not Homestead. Really, really cool paint scheme right there. Throwing it back to that. Bunch of guys looking pretty sharp right now. Brandon Six up front still. Got the pole. Everyone kind of just holding on to it. Michael Johnson, Andrew Phipps. These two right here, we talk about Bowie a lot because they're always, winning races or they're always doing their thing. But man, Johnson and Phipps, these two guys have been going at this thing for a long time. And I feel like these are the two, when it comes to Bowie Esports, that are hungry for that win. They've both come so close. Today, I really feel like this could be a good shot for them. Thomas George the same, but under pressure here by Blaze Crawford. And so far, really impressive. 7 laps in. Everybody wanted this race. Ooh, hold on now. Who's that? I believe that was Joseph Mealy who got in trouble there a little bit. Saw that Flames machine got a little bit out of whack. Looks okay now. Has Matthew Pont in front of him. Zelazny, up high. Getting really, really close. And this is kind of that, the issue sometimes, right? In stage 1, you want to get those stage points, but you also have to not burn your stuff up. We're seeing Mealy get real loose. Oh, his teammate, Nick Lights, gets him. And not quite a pass in the grass. But he saves it. And that number 6 DivaQ machine looking really, really good. Let's ride on board, actually, real quick. Nick Lights. And that's pretty close. Let's go on board immediately. Take a look at this paint scheme right here and how he can navigate this track. Let's kick it into a Hosky hot lap right here. Looking pretty smooth on the wheel. Again, turns 1 and 2 is really where you see the biggest difference in this layout versus the new one. About to be 3 wide here in the front. Who's that? Dunkelberger on the inside. Gonna squeeze right there. Maybe to his teammate, Matthew Fleming. Nick Lights, though, really being patient behind the wheel. You can tell. Little oversteer right there, just a tad, but turn 4 looks like it's getting pretty loose, but the grip levels will go up. And Nick deciding to stay right behind Fleming here, so pretty good stuff. As we're seeing at lap 11. It's going to get heated up, obviously, right? I mean, stages, they create the urgency, and right now people want those stage points. As we're seeing Mark Whitley actually on the move on the outside right now. Down 2 spots, actually, from where he qualified. But, man, this paint scheme, throwback to the Mark Martin scheme. Whitley actually saying he was actually named after Mark Martin, hence the Mark in his name, Mark Whitley. But yeah, old school paint scheme here, kicking it back to Mark Martin back when he was on Hendrick, I believe. And so yeah, really, really cool paint scheme here. And a lot of these paint schemes, folks, done by Harpoon Design. You'll see them on the side of that car right there, looking extremely good. One of our amazing partners and the title sponsor of the track. Joshua Sobel, I'm getting word, might be in trouble here. Where's old Joshua Sobel? Off track, yeah, but looks to be getting back in shape right now. We'll go to a race day replay. What happened to Sobel? Oh, real loose out of 4. Saves it, goes onto the grass. Okay, so the same thing kind of that Mealy just did, but not as smooth. Good job by him to keep that thing going straight. Up front, we have 6 Bowie, Johnson, Phipps, and George. So far, Bowie Esports putting on a show in stage 1. Blaze Crawford, though, not too far back. Frankie Barroso and Jackson Anderson, actually, your Daytona 250 winner, right there in the 83 Dr. Pepper ride. Really good-looking paint scheme right there. This is always fun, but I will say, this can be a commentator's nightmare because you see a lot of these guys, and lucky for me, I know these guys well, but man, for commentators on a throwback weekend or a race like this, you see all these new paint schemes and you're like, who the hell is who? But this is cool stuff. But that paint scheme looking really, really good. Christian Angel actually right behind him, rocking this paint scheme too. I get a laugh at this one because it's got Batman on the side of it, which is awesome, but there's a story to it, which I'll let them talk about that in the chat if they're willing to, Brantley and all them, but really, really cool stuff. But Batman on the hood, Mountain Dew scheme. This is a throwback to Dale Jr., kind of back in the day, so nice looking ride right there. A lot of these guys really looking pretty sharp. Grant Telzano, Miller Lite, you know who that is, obviously. Rusty Wallace. Very cool paint scheme there. Looks pretty good actually on that Ford Dark Horse. So good stuff all around. And then here's that Nick Lights paint scheme, precision measurements, classic scheme right there. Looking to get a win today if you can. Didn't qualify too well today actually. Qualified 20th. But Nick Lights was very, very fast in the practice before qualifying. So I expect him to get to the front at some point. But this track eats tires, I will say. So, you know, for me, strategy-wise, what do? You know, do you save tires now in stage 1? Or do you save a set of tires in stage 2? You only get 4 this whole race. Most of the guys will definitely save a set, probably in stage 2, right? To keep that extra set for stage 3, but you just never know. A lot of guys can do different things. Single file, though, for the top 10, really top 15 just about. This battle right here, though, with Fleming and Pont. These guys are really trying to heat it up, trying to get to that front top 10. We're only, at this point, 5 laps away from the stage 1 conclusion, just like that. And there he is, Brandon Evans in the chat. Love to see that right there. Setup builder for Premier Setup Shop. Awesome setup so far this season. And right now, yeah, Old Texas. Hey, this is a lot of fun. So far, great racing. As we're seeing, 91 on the outside line there. Dylan Bates looking pretty good. Man, Mealy. Not sure if he hit Dunkelberger there, but Dunkelberger got a little bit tight, maybe on the outside lane, but keeps it going. Jacob Weist down low as well, looking pretty solid. So these guys all kind of in that 20th to 15th spot. You know, definitely showing some speed. Tim Robb, the same thing, right? Actually, the whole Apollo Motorsports team is right there. 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. Oh no, Millerin into the wall here. I think that was off of his teammate there, Rob. I could be wrong. Has some damage. Front end also of, who was that, Austin Salyers. Some slight damage. I don't think it's going to be that bad, though, for these two. Stage 1 is coming to a close soon, so that might be a good time to fix that damage. Quick change up here. Crawford going to get moved here. This is for 3rd spot. Michael Johnson got the spot on the move right here. Brandon 6 up front, but for how long? Man, Johnson is on a move here. 4/10 back. Blaze going to send it in here for 3rd. If he can make it work. Ooh, got tight right there. Gets around him. Not sure if Bowie just said, you know what? It's too early for this. Go for it. Take that 1 extra point. It's all good. Again, Bowie has that win, so it's not super necessary to be ultra aggressive. Everyone here looking pretty solid. So far, the racing, I will say, is very, very good. A lot of these guys here, Mealy and Meeks, too. Thomas Meeks right now in 16th spot. Good stuff. Brandon 6, though. Man, this guy, so fast and so good. And so far this season hasn't had the best luck. But here he is, going to come around and win stage 1 here on lap 25. Just like that. Going to be your stage winner. Brandon 6. Very good stuff right there for him. And he's won stages before. Motegi is a big one, right? Motegi was his win he'll probably admit, but man, a lot of things changed at the end of that race. But right now, though, first stage under our belt, looking pretty good. I don't know if that's how the saying goes, but we're going to go with it right now. We have it under our belt. How do you say it? We have it under. I don't know, man. We're gonna. We'll go with it. Lap 26, though. Brandon 6 is your stage 1 winner. Good stuff. We'll step aside for a second, folks. They'll go and do their pit road stuff and shenanigans, and then we'll come right back. Stick around.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Doggy bowl empty, Lakers pool sleeping, rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight, rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
Welcome back, folks. Right now, pit road underway. Yellow flag right now for the first stage. Right now looking pretty good. Grant Salzano out front, actually. Beats out Brandon 6 off of pit road, so we'll see how that strategy plays out for him. But, man, good effort for Brandon 6. We're going to bring him in here in just a second. Talk about how he did in this stage. Looking very good, obviously. Very dominant thus far. But, man, very fast. Let's bring him in just for a second here. Try and sneak him in. And actually, we'll give it just a second. The pace car lights are off, so that's kind of throwing me off here. Just want to make sure we're not going to get them to talk to him while they're going back green or something like that. So just want to make sure that we're not going to do that. They are lined up double file, though, so we'll wait. We'll give it a bit. If we get a caution before stage 2, we'll bring in Brandon 6 for sure, and we'll talk to him, but just don't want to throw them off and also throw off race control. So we'll be good here. And here we go. Pace car looks like has the lights off. We're going to go back green here on lap 28. Stage 2 will end on lap 75. So we have a little bit ways to go. This stage for sure, they will have to pit if we stay green. Here we go. Grant Salzano, Brandon 6 up front. Green flag is out. Really good stuff so far. Man, that inside line, though, really kind of choked up. We're seeing 3 wide right now on the front stretch. Grant Salzano did not get a great jump right there on the restart, kind of bottlenecking this whole front end. Mark Willie going to get tight right here. Oh, no. Great save by Mark Whitley and also Grant Salzano. Teammates right there kind of getting tangled up. But, man, that no tire call, I believe it was, from the 14 did not work. Almost got the entire field in trouble there, but they held on to it. Brandon 6 maintains the lead. Blaze Crawford, Michael Johnson, Barroso, and Bowie, your top 5 currently. Whew. I had to hold my breath for a second there. That was pretty close. And so far, single file racing, for the most part, already getting sorted out. Man, really good stuff so far. Holy. Max Brady down low right there. Look at the run Whitley has to hold up, though. He doesn't really have the run, but now he does. Oh, no. Big move right here. Whitley and Bowie. Also, Andrew Phipps. Oh, they all keep it going straight there, but I'm not too sure what that was about. Whitley definitely had the run. And Bowie looked like he was falling back a little bit. We'll take a better look at it, but man, that was that was awful close to a big, big wreck. Go back a bit here. Just kind of play it out. So we'll see. Okay, we'll go back a little bit further. So we're 3 wide. All right, we will get the best angle of all time. Give us 2 seconds here. We'll get it. Here we go. Okay, good angle here. So Whitley on the outside there, looking very, very good. This might be a little bit early, but it's okay. We'll find it. Yeah, so Brady going to shoot down low right here. We saw this. Kind of bottles it up. Whitley has a great run right here. And you can see, I mean, he's going to try and maybe split that gap. Whitley comes up right there. Hits into Bowie. Yeah, I can't tell you honestly if Whitley was tight or loose right there. But definitely came up into Bowie. And, man, I think he's just trying to shoot the gap, but just maybe didn't have it. Maybe didn't time it right. But honestly, I don't think there's a lot of damage here from either of these cars. I think they're going to be fine as far as, you know, damage here. Yeah, I mean, the left side of Bowie's car looks pretty decent. Right side of Whitley's is debatable, but overall, I don't think too bad. Either way, definitely aggressive early on lap 34. So either way, our first yellow for incident. We'll bring out the yellow flag. So with that, we'll step aside real quick, and then we'll try and see if we can sneak in Brandon 6 and talk about stage 1. All right, we are back, folks. We'll try and bring in Brandon 6 here. Make sure he doesn't come down pit road. I don't think he will, but just make sure. All right, all good. Let's bring him in real quick. Brandon 6, didn't get a chance to talk to you at the stage break, but man, looking pretty good so far. Stage 1 winner. Car looks fast, obviously, so what's it going to take, man, to get this race won?
Stay in the lead. It's going to be very hard to pass, I think, the leader, especially, I think as the race goes on, it's going to get harder and harder, I believe. It's just, the arrow is very bad when you're behind someone. So it's really just rip the bottom as much as possible. I have seen some guys try the second lane out. It seems like it's kind of working, but I mean, I guess until I see it actually pass the leader, then we'll venture up there.
Alrighty, sounds good, man. Hey, so far so good. We'll catch you at the end, man. Good luck.
Yep, thanks, Steve.
All right, there he is. Brandon 6 snuck him in real quick just to talk about stage 1 and his thoughts on the race so far. He's saying it so far. I mean, tight, hard to pass. That's kind of a common issue with this car, but hey, when there's good racing, there is good racing. So here we go, lap 36. We're going to go back on lap 37 here. Working our first caution. Really no damage Whitley and Blue Machine. Here we go. Crawford and 6 up front. Getting the back on. Green flag is out. Looking really good so far. Oh man, Jackson Anderson low right there, gonna try and squeeze one down low behind Frankie Barroso. He makes it stick. Nearly 12 on the outside lane, looking pretty sharp. Further on back, these guys really fighting for it too. Fleming and Andrew Phipps, Brandon Bowie as well, all back here. Trying to repair a lot of that damage too. Keep in mind, I mean, Bowie is back here as well. Mark Whitley is well back here. A couple of guys surrounding him. Dohar, his teammate, looking pretty good on that black and white and red elite scheme, number 78. Great racing. Up front, still single file by a little bit. Trevor Zelazny, man, look at this. P6 right now for Zelazny. Not last race, but the race before in Chicagoland. Man, I really feel like he had a career day. Zelazny, I believe finished top 10 if I recall, and man, he just did so well at you know, a guy who can't really, you know, jump on the sim all too often and like he wants to, but man, he is really fast when he gets on. And has definitely learned a lot, it looks like. Ooh, a little door bang there with Michael Johnson. But close quarter racing, trying to get that side draft to get around him. The outside lane is kind of working, but like Six alluded to, but it's not really working to the degree of, I mean, look at that. Zelazny makes the outside lane work right there, but we'll wait and see. From what I, you know, tested in practice myself, it really got working quite well in the second half of the race. You know, that's sun goes, not when the sun goes down, but when the track starts to cool down, it really just gets grippier up in that top lane. It does become faster. So far, though, great racing. That one maneuver, I guess, really with Whitley and Bowie was kind of a mistake, obviously, and looking to get some aggression early on, but looking pretty solid so far. A couple of paint schemes we'll look at real fast. It is the throwback race, sponsored by Wild Willies. Here we go. Villalobos in that 45. But this is a throwback to, ironically enough, Brandon Bowie, his teammate. I believe this is the paint scheme that, quote me if I'm wrong, I'm sure I'll be corrected later on, but I think this is the paint scheme that looks, is throwing back to when Bowie was in the Coke Series. I could be wrong there, but I believe that to be the case. Looking very good though. Mark Whitley, we know his car on the outside lane. Oh no, got into Villalobos there. Does Villalobos go around right there? Oh no, he did. Not sure what that was about, man, but wow. Try and see if I can get one more quick replay of that. So Whitley gets around him right here, but I'm not sure what... Oh, Villalobos comes up. Yeah. Man, tough. Just talking about that awesome-looking car. That can happen. A couple of guys in the back. Daryl Young. Right now in 36th. I'm not sure if he has an issue with the car or not, but... Looking great, man. This paint scheme's awesome. Silver and white. Very, very cool. Throwback to... of course, I'm going to lose the name. No. It's Marcus... Marcus something. I'll get it for you, folks. I know it. I know we have it. Oh, Dave Marcus, excuse me. Dave Marcus, that 71 machine. Yeah, the Team Realtree paint scheme back in the day. Man, looking super, super good. Love how this looks. And I think, Daryl, honestly, this could be a good... Oh, hold on. Yellow flag is out. What is this? Dylan Bates, I'm getting word. Oh, yes, he is. Around he goes. I don't see any damage here, so it might have just been a solo spin, perhaps. Take a look back at what happened here. And he was up there quite a bit. He was up here in the mix, yeah. So moves around. This is Christian Angel. Ah. Yeah, there it was. Right in front of the field, but everyone got around him. Good stuff, man. That's a heartbreak. He was up there. I want to get one more look at it from a different angle, just to see. Kind of what went down here. Yeah, I mean, that's on the 91. You know, unfortunately for him, there's you know, loses a bunch of spots, but that can happen. Everyone's trying to get as much as they can, right? And tries to crossover move. Zelazny there, but Christian Angel was there. So that'll bring out our second caution for incident. Right now, a lot of these guys are going to come down pit road. We're in that realm now. So this is lap 49. So stage 2 ends in lap 75. So we're about 25 laps away from ending stage 2. So they're within their fuel window now, everybody. So they're all able to go the whole rest of the way for stage 2. So good stuff there. So no more pit stops really necessary for these guys. A lot of these guys didn't take tires as well, so keep that in mind. But yellow flag once more for Dylan Bates. Take a closer look at this car real quick and see if he has any damage. I don't think he does. Either way, it keeps it going. Yeah, that right rear looks pretty decent. I don't see a lot of damage. Yeah, so he's looking pretty good. I'm starting to see, and I don't know if this is like an iRacing glitch or bug or something, but I'm starting to see lately, especially in this league, there are guys who get, hit a wall or get spun out or whatever, but they get like netcode damage, but like in a good way. Like it doesn't hurt their car. It kind of, like, you'll see the damage take place, but then it kind of pops back as if nothing happened. So, I mean, good news for Dylan. It looks like it kind of did that right there, but not too bad. So either way, lap 50 right now. We're working our second caution for incident. Yellow flag is out. Lights will go off in just a second, but next time by, I think right here they're going to choose. So we'll get to that right now. Again, folks, this is the Wild Willies Throwback race for ASRA. Huge thanks to all of our partners there on the left side of your screen. A lot of cool stuff going on here. So a lot of cool paint schemes, a lot to take in. A couple of guys were there going down for pit road, topping off on fuel perhaps, or things like that. But there it is, the choose is done. Gonna get this thing back underway here just a little bit. 51 laps down. Stage 2 ends in about 24 laps. So far, though, been a great race. Couple of, mistakes, I guess, here and there. But overall, though, really, really fun race and great racing. Huge crowd again, huge field. Big thanks to you folks, obviously, for being here, supporting race day. Hey, we have t-shirts now, by the way. Go and check out our shop page. I think it's on the YouTube channel, on the main page. So you can check that out. They're really good quality. I got some in myself today and love that. But subscribe to us at the very least. Like the stream. We appreciate you. Here we go. Lap 52. Crawford and Brandon 6 up front. Green flag is back out. Couple of guys here, 3 wide. Thomas Meeks in the middle there with Brandon Phipps. A couple of these guys pushing. Dunkelberger almost got too high right there. We're going to watch this battle unfold just a little bit. Meeks a little loose. Off corner exit. So far makes it work. Thomas George, Christian Angel. Side by side here. Brandon Bowie making his way back to the front there in that 34 machine. After some contact earlier with Whitley. Good stuff, though, nonetheless. Matthew Pont making a good run here. And in that number 1 Wawa machine there on the outside. Looking strong. Kenny Reel as well. You'll notice that car from last week. Ethan Stanley rode that paint scheme. Unfortunately got into a wreck at the end of, actually beginning of stage 3, which ultimately led to Kevin King winning the race. But man, good stuff right here. Kind of a comeback here for Whitley. 20th spot. These guys making their way back to the front. And this is what I'm kind of curious about, right? Like, if you're Whitley, did you take 4 tires right there? A lot of these guys I don't think did, because they want to save that set for the end of the race. But given the circumstances of what happened to you so far, I don't know. Maybe you take tires here and kind of reset yourself up for a better second half. Bowie making a way down low here. A couple of guys really looking pretty solid. Mealy in this Flames, the Gordon paint scheme. On a Ford, though. I'll let it slide for now. Looking very, very good in the number 6 DVQ machine. Let's ride on board real quick. Get a Hosky hot lap going on here. Here he is, Joseph Mealy, looking pretty good right now in P6, holding on. Has Frankie Barossa behind him and Trevor Zelazny in front, but Joseph Mealy looking extremely good right now. Really good on the wheel, nice and smooth. Holding on to that draft in that pack right now, nice and ginger into turn 1. Look at the wheel right there, looking very, very clean. No oversteer, no understeer. Gets a great run off of Trevor right here. Might go down low, he does. Gonna try and sneak one in here. Hold it down to the bottom. Drifts up just a little bit, but gonna get around Trevor here. Smooth up a turn 4 and looking very, very good. Trying to stay and get to that top 5. Mealy having a fantastic run today in Texas. Love to see that. Very, very good. Quick update, too, on his teammate. Stefan Smecker, here he is. Don't want to forget about Smecker. Not having a great race so far. I'm not sure if he's just holding back. But right now in 31st spot. This is a throwback paint scheme to his very first win, I believe, here in ASRA with that dripdrops.io machine. So looking extremely slick in that machine. We'll see him, I'm sure, up at the front, the more this race goes on. Do not count out Devin Smecker as we get this thing wrapped up. Blaze Crawford up to P1 right now. And as you can see, leading his first laps of the race, Max Brady as well. Brandon Six kind of being careful here. Definitely right here going to be a move to save those tires. 15 laps to go. These guys are going to be pretty aggressive here in the front. And Brandon Six is known for this. I mean, I've been around this league long enough to know, and I've broadcasted these races long enough to know that Brandon Six right now is not getting passed because he wants to be. He's getting passed because, well, maybe he is actually, because he knows the tires, and these guys are burning up their stuff. He's just holding on to those tires. Although there are only 15 laps to go here. Oh, hits the wall hard actually right there on the outside of turn 2. Maybe there's a big issue there going on in that 66. I'm not really sure what's going on actually now. Now I'm kind of thinking, man, I don't know. Either way, Blaze Crawford, Max Brady. Tell you what, speaking of guys who want to win, Max Brady has not won a race yet in ASRA, and he is hungry to get that win for sure. Jackson Anderson, Joseph Mealy. Can you imagine a Joseph Mealy win today? His first ever in that Gordon paint scheme. Unbelievable. Christian Angel as well. He's knocking on the door. So many guys here in this series can win a race if given the right opportunity. Today could be that day for sure. Nick Light's making a move here. Frankie and Brandon both in the grass right there. Around that front. Nick Light's though making his way back to the front. Ooh, Brady got a little loose. I saw him out of shape there on the exit of turn 2. Mealy got around. Brandon Six looks like he's trying to start to try the outside lane, which he said he would start doing if he saw it work. And I've got a feeling this race is going to get better and better. The lanes are opening up. Man, Premier Setups really know what the hell they're doing. They are so good. Look at this. We're going to keep it right here for now, folks. This race is just so good. This area, about the top 10 really is just fighting for it. Really the top 5. Ooh, Nick Light's got loose right there on entry. And only 10 laps to go here in stage 1. Look at the run Nick Lights has. Bam! Right into Jackson, right into Max Brady. Outside line, folks, is working. Look at the run Nick has. What a comeback for Nick. Started P20, I believe it was, and right now he is on fire to get to the front. Don't forget about these guys too, right here in about 10th spot. Christian Angel blocks Brandon Six just a little bit. Brent Salzano on the way outside lane right there, also making it work. Man, these guys are using every single line. Let's go to that drone cam if we can. There it is. Really good indication of what these guys are kind of going through right here. Thomas George fighting Kenny Reel. Tim Robb not too far back either. Nick Lights up to P2. Oh, you know what? Did Nick Lights take tires? Right there, that was a pretty clean pass, but Nick Lights is up to the front now in P1. Looking very, very good. Trying to go for that stage win in a couple short laps. And that could be the case, too, that I have failed to think about. These guys, a good handful of them, could have taken tires, right? Get the stage points. Look at Michael Johnson flying through the front of this field. Kenny Reel not too far back either. Joseph Mealy looking to pounce on Blaze Crawford. look at this, almost 4 wide here. Frankie and Brandon 6. This is crazy, crazy racing. Oh my word. Can't wait to talk to that stage 2 winner. Wow, look at this. Zelazny really pushes it into that corner. Couldn't make it stick. And 3 wide behind. Sobel not looking too bad right here. Tim Robb, Kaufman on the outside lane. That Hardy's machine looking good. Got a bit of a kiss on it right now on the right side, but looking sharp. Nick Lights is gone. Way out in front. Joseph Milley's teammate right there in P2. Crawford third. Brady in 6. Anderson, Christian Angel, Frankie all looking to get higher and higher in this top 10 to get these stage points. Man, super solid run. All these guys. This is the racing we want to see, right? Oh, 6 again into the wall hard. I just, man, I'm not sure what's going on with that 66, but definitely not characteristic. For sure. Racing very hard all around this place. Coming on lap 72. Brady, I think, got a little wiggly right there. In the 5 by Jackson Anderson, not quite sure. Oh, Brady, holy. Slideways off of turn 2. Man, this is so good. Nick Lights way out in front by 2.5 seconds. He's most likely going to be the stage 2 winner, excuse me. Joseph Milley out in front as well, but man, everybody in the back. Top 3, top 4 at this point probably locked in for the stage. But these guys, unbelievable right here. To race this close, race this hard. And Christian Angel right there as well in the middle. Got to be careful not to get up too high. Overdrive the corner. It's kind of easy, right? Oh, big wreck here. Zelazny. Sobel. They both keep it going, though. That's not going to be a caution. They keep it straight. Only 2 cars involved. And we continue this race. Oh, I believe Kaufman into the wall hard on the inside lane. Also not going to be a caution. 1 car off the track. Man, hate that for Kaufman. But love it for Nick Lights on lap 75. You're going to be your stage 2 winner here. Just like that. Man, what a wild last, I don't know, 20 laps of this stage. Unbelievable. Got the job done. Nick Lights in the number 2. Man, what a solid run for Nick Lights. Unbelievable. I told you, he was fast in practice. Got it done right now. Might have taken tires to do it. But that can help. Get that track position. Awesome stuff right there. Mealy, Crawford, Brandon 6, Brady. Your top 5 right there for stage 2. Jackson Anderson, Frankie Barroso, Michael Johnson, P8. Brandon Bowie, 9th. Christian Angel, P10. Man, what a hard-fought stage 2 right there. That was wild. Unfortunately, for a couple of guys, we'll go back and take a look real fast. We won't go to commercial just yet. I want to show you guys a couple things here. Kaufman. Just got loose, maybe right here, right at the corner. Oh, and off of the front nose of Whitley. Yeah, Kaufman was really out of shape right there on the turn 2. Keeps it going. Might not be huge damage on the back end there, but still going to be enough to maybe affect that car. And then we did see Sobel and Zelazny get involved as well. I don't know if I have that replay to show you. It's not giving me a highlight for that, unfortunately, but we did see it live, so they both kept it going straight. Either way, Kaufman out of shape there, but no caution for that. Right now, though, everyone coming on to pit road as we are in the middle of stage 2. We'll talk to Nick Lights in just a second. Man, what a crazy end of that stage. And maybe that was the kind of goal, right? You know, Nick Lights and Mealy you know, maybe they're like, you know what, we want to avoid all that mess. Let's just take fresh tires, stay up front, see what happens, right? But man, this is pretty wild stuff as everyone now comes off pit road. Nick Lights looks like he stayed out front, or didn't pit, excuse me. So interesting call there. Let's dial them up real quick in the middle of, or while they're getting out of pit road. That way we have time to do it. Let's try and sneak him in here real fast. Nick Lights. Here he is, Nick Lights right now. Nick, man, looking pretty good so far. Really, really fast right there. I'm guessing you took tires in that stage 2 break because you were flying. But man, you avoided some crazy chaos behind you. Some of the best racing I've seen in quite a while behind you, man. But either way, stage 2 winner, looking pretty quick, man. How's the race feel? How's the car feel? How's it going?
Yeah, I did mess up there and took tires on that caution. So I just took lefts on this stop, so I'm gonna go to the back here. But it was crazy coming back through the field like that. This track is different from practice. It's much like looser feeling. In practice it was tighter, but nonetheless it's fun just driving through the field and missing those almost cautions.
Yeah, so far it's been really fun. Do you think second half of this race we're going to see some more like second, third, lane kind of going on? Is it faster up there? Is it doable?
Yeah, I noticed the second groove through that run was starting to come in, and I could definitely pass guys with that groove off the bottom. So I think you'll see more guys searching around for that grip and making more passes.
Hey man, love that. Great job, stage 2 winner. And love that throwback paint scheme, man. Looking really, really good. So good luck rest of the way, dude. Hopefully we see you at the end, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Love you.
There he is. Nick Lights looking very good. Took tires, so that's going to be, kind of a bummer. Probably going to be, sent back here at the end. Or not at the end, but right now on strategy and things like that. So, but you got the stage win. You got some extra playoff points. And Nick Lights is a guy that can win a race, right? So expect him to win one at some point. It's just a matter of when. But right now, going to go back green here. Stage 3 about to be underway. 4th caution, really it's only it's our second stage, obviously, but 2 cautions so far for incident. Really, really good. And even they were pretty minor, to be honest. So I expect to see this stage a different feel. I think we'll see the urgency, but I think we'll also see a lot of guys, and I think, truthfully, they need to be patient here on this initial start because the tires do wear out. And drivers like Nick Lights, for example, they have one last set of tires to go. So we'll see. It's a long one. Halfway, though, will be next time by. But so far, man, what a great race. Let's have more of that right here as we get going. Lap 80. Stage 3 begins here. Nick Lights, Blaze Crawford in the front of the field. And we're back green. Nick Lights so far hold on to that top spot in the back of the field. They're looking like some pretty good racing already. Pretty dicey as we see it. And really good stuff all the way throughout the pack right here. Big move, almost 3 wide there. Brandon Six going to take the lead right here as well. But Crawford, though, might have second thoughts on the outside line. Gonna make the move there, but not too soon. So there he is. Blaze Crawford takes the lead. Brennan 6 in P2. Anderson going to be in 3rd spot. Great run right here so far for Anderson. The first car. Oh man, 3 wide here. Look at this, Brandon Bowie. 3 wide in the middle. Nick Lights really falling back here on the older tires. Didn't pit, but he knew it. So far, a solid job. Bowie on the outside lane hasn't really, you know, done a whole lot so far, but man, these guys are really getting to the front. Bowie up there. Whitley, quick update too, and some guys back here up to right now in 24th spot. So really interesting call how they're back here, but man. Daryl Young still back here as well. Excuse me, not sure if they're biding their time. Marshall Harris, currently in 34th spot. Has that Wild Willies machine today, looking pretty sharp. Big racing going on here. Jacob Wiest. Dylan Bates, really fast car. Dylan was in that top 6 at one point, and I think this just goes to show how hard it is to get back to the front, right, without, you know, fresh tires or things like that, right? So Dylan Bates, 21st spot, trying to get back to the front if he can. Austin Salyers in Austin Throwback here to Carl Edwards, one of my favorites growing up in the Aflac machine. Looking pretty good. I think it's alternate colors. I think he had like a black and like a lime green Aflac car or something like that. But either way, really good paint scheme right here today for the Wild Willies Throwback race. Jesse Necula working the outside line too in 14th, up 21 spots. So doing a great job. That Miller, genuine draft, looking good right there. Man, great paint schemes all around the track today. Front of the field, we're still seeing Blaze Crawford up front. Brandon Six as well. And we're not seeing, you know, the leaders, you know, choosing the second or third lane by default, right? We're seeing them still choose the inside lane. So that tells me that the inside lane is still the fastest. But if you're trying to pass somebody maybe, as is Necula right here, or even, you know, Smucker kind of, I think, just tried to do the outside line. But these guys are really making all the lanes work. Yeah, Meeks on the outside, Whitley as well on the outside lane. Yeah, able to make that pass. Oh, hits the wall there a little bit, but has that momentum, right? So he's definitely making it work. We'll see right here, getting a great run against Austin Salyers on the outside line. Ooh, what was that? Was that a hit into the wall? Just saw dust flying or something like that. That was wild, but everything seems calm, so we're good. Nobody panic. Bowie making his way back to the front right now in P6. Battling Joseph Mealy, who's had a great run so far. Mealy. Tell you what, guys like Mealy, falling back a little bit here, but these are the kind of guys you want to root for. Joseph Mealy, man, been around this league for a long time. Hasn't found that winner circle yet. But I'll tell you what, it's coming. It is coming. A lot of guys single file racing so far. I think a lot of them have smartened up as the season has gone on. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but I think this car is just so hard at times, right? You really need to just save the tires initially. One of the best pieces of advice that I got a while ago, really, when this car came out, was, you know, when you have fresh tires, right, when you start a run, start the run as if your tires are already 15 to 20 laps old, right? Because, oh man, Phipps just got real loose there. Out of 2. Kept going though. But if you start with that mentality, right, of 20 lap old tires, even though they're brand new, you're going to kind of put yourself in the mentality of saving already. And then later in the run, you'll have, you know, faster lap times than the guys around you who have been using them and abusing the tires. So far though, man, great racing all around the track. Phipps and Miller in here really looking pretty solid. Outside line really seems to be working for a lot of these guys. Up front, still the same. Crawford 6th, Anderson in 3rd spot, Brady in P4, and Brandon Bowie right there in P5. So far, fantastic job. Grant Salzano, man, what a great run so far, too. Up 5 spots, qualified really, really well. And here's a guy, you know, on the Harpo Design team that I think, you know, can win. I do. I think he's got the talent, he's got the ability. It's just a matter of, hey, can you put yourself in that position to do it? And today, it'll be a breakout day for Grant. Looking very, very sharp, very fast. Looking at it here too, it's a big, Salyers got real loose. Kept it going. One guy I want to highlight too, Matthew Fleming actually. This guy is in, I might need some correction here from the chat, but he is a guy who is having a crazy good season. Matthew Fleming. Hasn't won a race yet, you know. Hasn't won a race in a while actually, as far as, you know, season-wise, but really, really fast. You know, and oh, yellow flag is out. Let's go and take a look. What happened here? What happened here? Stubblefield potentially? I don't. I don't see any kind of alerts. Usually it alerts me and screams at me and saying, hey, this person spun out of this person. I don't see that. So that's an interesting situation. Gasorn potentially. See Kenan Reel on pit road as well. All right. Well, we'll have to go to our race control and find out what happened there, but... All right, so pit stops are underway. Oh no, I'm getting word that it was actually Grant Salzano. Yeah, I do see some right side damage there. Let's go back and take a look a little bit. If we can, man. Usually everything screams at me saying, hey, look at this, but let's take a look here. Grant Salzano. Oh, man. Yeah, Bowie and Grant. Everyone avoiding that. Lordy. Yeah, that's a big one. Looks like Grant might have hit the wall off of turn. Here we go. We'll get a better angle here for you, folks. Chopper view. So coming off of turn 2 right here, Grant maybe got, yeah, Grant got way too wide out of turn 2. Bounces off the wall into Bowie. Goes around, man. Frankie Broso Johnson to do a great job of avoiding that. Yeah, hits into Bowie. I don't think there's big damage really on maybe either car, to be honest. Yeah, Grant going to have some damage there on the right side for sure, but Bowie, not super sure for him. Either way, though, another wreck that happens kind of right in the middle of the field, and everyone seems to be just fine, so that's a good thing. Yeah, some right side damage there for Grant. It's not race ending, but it definitely is going to hurt that car. Man, what a great race for Grant as well, too, so... kind of a heartbreaker. Hopefully that car can be repaired. He can get back on track and be just as quick. Brandon Bowie just the same. I don't think as much damage there for Bowie. Also maintains his top spot too, which is interesting. So that caution came out just in time for him to not get too badly hurt. Yeah, so right side damage kind of minimal there for that 34. So not too bad. Yellow flag is out though for the 3rd time. We'll step aside for a second, folks. Thank some sponsors. We'll come right back. All right, we are back for the Wild Willies throwback race. Pit stops have concluded. Getting back going right here on lap 100. So 60 laps to go at the line. This caution came out at an interesting time because it really kind of wipes out these guys as far as a fuel strat. So they were able to come down right now, and right now they can make it. Everyone can make it if you pitted right now on one more stop for fuel. So this came at the right time as far as strategy. So here we go. Back green, Mealy and 6 in the front row. Leading us back off, 6 on the inside. Mealy did not get a great restart on the outside lane. But they are trying. Way outside is Anderson. So far, a really good run by these guys. Crawford and Bowie. Ooh, Frankie got loose right there. Kept it straight. Great run so far. Dunkelberger kind of fading back a little bit. Right here, look at this. Weist. Oh no, and Christian Angel. Some contact there. Looks like Angel maybe tried to block that run again. Did not work out that time. Weist did not give an inch. Some more moves here by Fleming here on the inside of Whitley, still working his way back to the front. Right now in 13th. So far, a great recovery. But I was going to say before that caution came out, ooh, as we're seeing some more beating and banging here around Bowie. Man, last couple of races, Bowie has really been a magnet for a lot of wrecks. Not necessarily ones that he's caused. Some have been, but man, a lot going on around him. Falling back here just a little bit. But interesting stuff. Matthew Fleming, I'm going to cover him real quick. Having kind of a quiet season, but I was saying before that caution came out, right now I believe in the top 5 of the driver points. And just having a crazy good, really, really quiet season so far. Very, very fast. You know, hasn't really had the speed to win a race per se yet. But man, he is always a top 10, always consistent. Never seems to be in the middle of a mess or a wreck or things like that. So very, very good job so far for Fleming. And again, right now he's currently in P8. Looking to get a little deeper into that. Man, good stuff. Jackson Anderson gets around here. Blaze Crawford, so a new leader in Jackson Anderson. A couple of guys here trying to stay up front. Anderson, Crawford, Brady. Look at Jeremy Millerin in that number 10 machine. Looking really, really fast. Man, I'll tell you what, you know, these guys really fast over in Apollo just sometimes can't get the races the way they want them to. And look at this, Millerin right here, Tim Robb in P5. They're going for it, but I think they might be going for it a little bit too soon. While I say it's good to see him up front, oh, 6 got loose right there. Coming down the hill. But as I was saying, man, Millerin and Tim Robb, teammates, it's great to see him up front. But, you know, hey, you never know. Can they sustain this, right? Can they sustain the tire wear? Jackson Anderson as well. I feel like these top 5, 6 maybe guys are just pushing. I don't know how much they're saving here, but you never know. 6 really falling back, though, right now in P9. Falling back a bit. Phipps and Frankie Brosa got around him. Michael Johnson maybe next. Smecker making a great comeback right now. Up 20 spots on the day. Started 31st. Man, here he is. Might be a great time here to run on board here. Devin Smecker. Let's do it. The Hosky Hot Lap. Get a good example of what Devin's kind of going through here in that beautiful dripdrops.io machine. Looking pretty quick. Right now, we're going to go on the inside of Brandon 6 here. Going to give a lot up Nice and smooth here on the inside, lap 108. And by the way, folks, so we are winding this thing down. We expect a lot of these guys to still come down pit road one more time for sure. And man, I gotta say, really, really good job here for Smecker. Holding on right now to a P9. Looking extremely good. Hosky hot lap. Folks, go and check them out. Hosky, as well as Cardano. Great people. So far, that's what we're seeing. Some big moves already. Back in the field, too, real quick. Give a quick update. Daryl Young, not sure what's going on here still. Just really slow. Not sure if he's just chilling or what's going on. Either way, holding on to a good run. 32nd as we speak. Trevor Zlazny had big damage earlier on. From a wreck involving Joshua Sobel right before stage 2 ended. Didn't bring out a caution. They both kept it going straight, but right there, still looking pretty decent. Dylan Bates, man, had that wreck as well, but the car didn't seem too bad, but he's right now in 30th spot. Trying to catch back up, but man, he is quick. And he showed it earlier, so see if he can get back up there. Grant Salzano, same thing, that damage there involving Bowie. Looks like it's not going to be as good as we hoped it would be. Unfortunate for him. Marshall Harris in 28th spot on the lead lap. Looking very good. Very fast car. I'll tell you what, I'll give it to Marshall. Last couple of races, man. Very, very good job. Matthew Pont looking pretty good right now. Joshua Sobel in P25 after that contact earlier on with Zalazny. Love this Batman Pennzoil machine, man. This is a good looking car right here. Another fine job by Harpoon Design. Timothy Stubblefield, Cook and Boardman machine. I'm not sure what exactly this paint scheme is. It looks like an old like McDonald's paint scheme, maybe like a Jamie McMurray paint scheme. I wonder if I'm right. I bet I am. We'll see. Good looking stuff right there. Mark Whitley in 22nd spot. Not the run he wanted so far, but a lot of race still to go. Ryan Dunkelberger, the Oasis Sim Racing machine in 21st. Tell you what, this is one of those guys, kind of like what I was talking about, with Matthew Fleming. As Mealy comes down pit road, and Michael Johnson, interesting call here. These guys coming down early. Brandon Six as well on pit road. Interesting call here. As we're seeing some green flag pit stops. All right, we'll see how that works out. We'll resume real quick with our through the field. Tyler Dohar in 18th spot right now. Had a great run a couple weeks ago in Chicagoland. Finished, I believe it was 8th or 6th. I think it was 6th, actually. And, man, this guy is crazy fast. We know it. It's just a matter of putting that race together. So far, so good. Thomas Meek, 17th spot right here. Looking good. And has looked good. And you've known, if you've been around ASRA for a while, you'll know, man, Meeks is one of the OGs. He's been around the series the entire time. Took last season off as he had his baby. Congrats to him again, but man, looking really, really fast today as well, and expect him to do better and better. He's gotten a lot faster, I will say. Same thing as Jonathan Wright. A guy who's been around since season 3. Took a couple seasons off, but man, he's back, and he has looked pretty good. Very consistent, very fast. Villalobos just the same in that Bowie Esports machine. Jesse Necula looking good. Nick Lights won stage 2, and he didn't take the tires, obviously, so up to 13th spot. Looking pretty good, though. He knew he would fall back, but still time to get himself back up to the front. Austin Salyers in P12. That Carl Edwards machine, the throwback. Love that right there. Christian Angel, P11 right now. Jacob Weist, a great run in that black and lime green Apollo machine. I told him I love this paint scheme. Just it's nice and bright, sticks out, looking good. Devin Schmecker in the top 10, the P9. Just ran on board with him a second ago for the Hosky Hot Lap. Love to see that number 26 out there looking fast. Andrew Phipps as well. That car, again, we mentioned it earlier, won last week at Chicago Street. It's Kevin King behind the helm, and Right now, Andrew Phipps returns into his ride, trying to get another good run. So looking pretty sharp so far. Frankie Barroso up to P7. A quiet race for Frankie, but holding on to it. Came away with a P2 last week at Chicago Street and did a great job there. So Millerin, P6 still. Tim Robb, his teammate, P5 and 6, man. What an awesome, awesome job. All of the Apollo Motorsports teammates are in the top 11, so great run for them. Fleming to P4, we talked about him a second ago. Jackson Anderson in third. Brady and Crawford up front. Good stuff right now. Crawford leads the race. 120 is the lap. 40 laps to go here. We definitely know everyone has to come down pit road one more time. It's just a matter of when, right? Although I will say, seeing Brandon Six, Bowie, I believe, on the same strat, Mealy and Michael Johnson all coming down pit road right there. That was an interesting call. I'm not too sure what that's about. I definitely know they can't make it 40 laps unless they know something more than I do. But interesting call. Unless they think a yellow will come out. Maybe they're basing their strategy off a full green flag run, or maybe a caution coming out. Either way, definitely bold. But Blaze Crawford up front. Max Brady right behind him too. And this is a guy, Max Brady, who has wanted to win. Oh boy. Got a little loose right there again. Out of 4. Brady looking so much forward to winning his first race in ASRA. We've had a bunch of first-time winners so far this season. Jackson Anderson, actually, first time winning at Daytona. So, love to see that. John Hagan, who couldn't make it today. Actually, shout out to John Hagan. I believe he said he was sick earlier and went to the hospital, actually. So, had a high fever. So, thoughts out to him. Hopefully, he's doing good there in his with his sickness. So, shout out John Hagan. But, yeah, so far, looking very, very good. Lap 123. Race is going by pretty quick, too, which these guys, I'm sure, will love. So, fantastic racing. We knew when we said, hey, we want, actually, truth be told, it was the field. Everyone's like, Steve, we need Legacy Texas. Put it on the damn schedule. Okay, I caved. I'm not going to lie, I caved. But a throwback race, throwing back paint schemes and throwing back tracks, it's kind of a cool idea. So, we're going to do it from this season on. It'll be a lot of fun. I know a lot of people like the old school Phoenix, I believe it is, with the dog leg, but the grass on the inside. So you can't cut that dog leg. So maybe season 8 we'll see the old school Phoenix. We'll see. Always all kinds of tricks up our sleeve here. Well, right now, through the field still, again, 6, Bowie, Johnson, Mealy, all came down pit road not too far ago. So we'll see how that can work out. James Kaufman right now in 32nd spot. That Hardy's machine had hit the wall there right before stage 2 ended. But maintaining a good spot. 32nd place, Dunkelberger as well back there. So a couple of guys holding on. Miller and Andrew Phipps right here. Looks like Phipps might be trying to go that low line right now in P7. So far, so good. Race has kind of calmed down a little bit. A lot of guys are single file. Ooh, some door banging there a little bit, a little tight. But good stuff. We are hard chilling right now. 126 out of 160. Race is going by pretty quick. Blaze Crawford up front. Can he win a second race this season? We've only seen 6 winners out of the 6 races. Awesome stuff. We have not seen a 2-time winner this season yet. Blaze Crawford, though, has looked very, very fast. He could definitely pull it off, but these guys all need to pit one more time for fuel. We know that for sure. So when does that happen? Tim Robb making a move here on Matthew Fleming here in just a second. Tim Robb as well. I kind of put Tim Robb in that category of Fleming this season. These two guys, like I was talking about Fleming, Robb has had a great season so far. great finishes, you know, decent stage points, but just doing what he has to do, you know, to get himself, you know, higher up in that points, that point structure. So really, really good job so far. On the inside here, of Fleming. He's gonna get it done. Good stuff. We'll take a quick break, folks. We'll go race day nonstop. We'll thank our sponsors while you guys get to still watch the race. Here we go.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Doggy bowl empty, Vegas pool sleeping, rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight, rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
All right, folks, we're back, man. What a crazy event right now. Yellow flag coming out under green flag pit stops. Man, you hate to see that for a lot of these guys. What can happen here? We'll find it for sure, folks. We'll talk to race control real quick and take a look. Okay, I'm getting word actually the 10. So 10, Jeremy Millerin, I believe that is. The 10, Millerin on pit road. Oh no. Let's take a look. Try and find him real quick. Oh man, was that why Fleming right there was sideways? Millerin, we're seeing, yeah, I saw Fleming right there sideways on the track. Try and get a better angle here. This right here should show it. Phipps, the 10, 88 as well, all coming down pit road. All right, well, now that we know where it is, let's get a really good angle of this. We'll go chopper. We'll go to that 10 machine. We'll find out exactly what happened here. So here we go. So, oh yeah, Millerin just gets into the 22. You know, tries to slow down, getting onto pit road. Obviously, green flag pit stops are definitely, you know, not always the easiest thing to do. But yeah, looks like Phipps and Fleming keep it going. Luckily, they both got to the inside of that red cone, because or else they would have gotten a black flag. But I guess right there, yeah, the 88 stopping on track looks like caused that caution. So super unfortunate, but that can happen under green flag. Looks like no cars were harmed though, really, in that exchange. So not too bad But man, what does this do for all these guys who were pitting and then didn't pit and then pit earlier? We'll sort it all out here in just a second, but man, what a mess that might create. So here on lap 134, and now we're in that mode too, and again, it kind of works out well in some way, where we're in that gap where fuel is not going to be a concern now. I mean, you're within the fuel window, so everyone should be able to pit right now, or whoever did just pit, they can make it on fuel. So I expect that shouldn't be an issue for majority of these guys, but what does that do for the guys who were, way behind, right? I mean, right now we're seeing Brandon 6th and 19th, Bowie 23rd, Johnson 24th, Mealy 26th. So the guys that pitted, way earlier, they're kind of stuck now back here. And that's really, really bad news. So I'm not sure if their strategy was that the race would go green, and they kind of chose a call there, but man, that did not work out for those boys, it looks like. But a lot of guys up front, though, still looks like it worked out for them. Crawford, Jackson Anderson, Frankie Barroso, Max Brady, Nick Light's back up front after his stage 2 win. So a lot of guys here can still make this thing happen. Looks like the yellows keep getting extended a little bit to clear up some of the issues going on there with that pit road strategy, but also the yellow flag. So we'll step aside for a second. Thanks to some sponsors. We'll come back for the restart.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Doggy bowl empty, Lakers pool sleeping, Rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight. Rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
All right, welcome back, folks, to race day. This is the Wild Willies throwback race here at Old Legacy, Texas. Right now, working our fourth caution of the day for incident after our 2 stages. And man, right now, 25 laps to go. We're going to get here to get this thing back underway. Working a caution with Millerin, Andrew Phipps, and Fleming all getting together on pit road entry for green flag pit stop. So a lot of guys kind of got screwed there, I guess you could say, and a lot of guys lucked out. So right now we're going to see Crawford and Anderson up front try and figure out who can win this race. Here we go. Back green here. 25 laps to go on stage 3. Who can get this thing done? We're at green. And these restarts late in the race might be pretty wild. We're going to find out real quick. Max Brady might take Jackson 3 wide here. Looks like he does. He goes down low. Jackson going to fall down here a little bit. Tires not warmed up maybe like he thinks they were. A lot of these guys here all trying to get single file. Meeks and Tyler Dohar there on the outside, trying what they can. 23 laps to go here. Everyone should be good on fuel. Everyone has the tires. Just comes down to, man, who can get this job done? A couple of hungry Lions here in the top row. Blaze has the win, but Frankie, Max Brady do not. They would love to get this win today, if they can. Jesse Necula up here as well. Really, really good run for him. Austin Salyers, man, another great run for him too. Tim Robb, Nick Lights even running top 5 after kind of an up and down day, really. Stage 2 winner though, so he has the speed to do it. As Max Brady got around Frankie Barroso there. Max can see that win right in front of him from his teammate Blaze Crawford. Might be a big day here today for Flagship Motorsports. Currently running 1 and 2. Really good stuff. Devin Smacker, a quiet P8 right now, but really, really good job so far. Thomas Meeks in the P11. Quick update too on the guys who pitted earlier, really, really early. Bowie and Brandon Six right now in 26th, 27th. This is not how they wanted this race to go for sure. But they are back here trying to fight to get back into the race. Man, oh man, not good. But right here, can this be the place? Max gonna go down low here against Blaze Crawford. Gonna try and go for it. Has the inside lane. Has that preferred lane. And yes, he does. Max Brady gonna cross alongside. And there he goes. Max Brady to the front. With 19 laps to go. Does he have enough to hold on to it? We talked about him earlier. He wants to win. He doesn't really need to win, but man, trying so hard to get that first win of his career in this league. Has not done it yet. Has come so close. Really good job so far from Max Brady. Tim Robb in P6. Looking extremely good. Another super solid run here for Tim Robb, man. Good stuff. Whitley making a comeback even more. Look at this too. Daryl Young at the 13th spot. We saw him way back in the pack in the 30s. But right now, man, that caution flag worked out beautifully for guys like Daryl Young, Mark Whitley. And they're right outside that top 10, so watch out for them. They're getting there. Tim Robb makes the move here. Around Nick Lice for top 5. Oh, yellow flag is out. Back in the field looks like it's going to be Dunkelberger maybe. Oh no, Marshall Harris. Big damage there to that 21 machine. Take a look back and see what happened here. It definitely involved Dunkelberger. Not sure if it was one or the other, but we'll take a look for sure. So Dunkelberger, oh, he's already way up high here. Marshall's way down low, so we'll get a better angle. But yellow flag here for the 5th time. Yeah, Marshall already kind of out of sync here, way down low. Oh, big hit there for Jonathan Wright as well. Dunkelberger. Oh, no. Marshall going to come up right into Dunkelberger. Has nowhere to go. Dunkelberger's race wasn't going as well for him anyway. Back in the field, but man, that's a tough, tough break. We'll go back even further. I want to see where Marshall kind of goes wrong here. Try and see if this will show us what goes on. Yeah, so Dylan Bates right there and the 10 are getting together a little bit, but I don't think that's what caused it. 21 right there. So this is going to be the start-finish line. So something goes wrong here in turns 1 and 2. Goes down low. Kind of, ooh. Bump right there by Christian Angel. Oh, yeah, big check up. And then it all goes down there. Yeah, tough. That's a check up there by a couple of guys. Kind of makes a mess right there. And Harris really had nowhere to go at that point. Kind of got checked up into it. Either way, though, tough break for that Wild Willies machine. Sponsoring today's race, man, big shout out to them. But, man, not the day that Harris wanted for sure. Up front, though, that kind of changes the game a little bit. Right now, 14 laps to go. That's going to let these guys in the back, you know, maybe have some, you know, options, right? I mean, do you have a set of tires left? If you do, take them now. But either way, it's so tough to pass. I mean, we saw how effective fresh tires were at the end of stage 2, that last 20, 25 laps or so. So, you know, for me, it looks like no one is coming down. I mean, Stubblefield's down here. Okay, yeah, left side tires go on there. So he might be getting those fresh tires, but no one else on pit road. So right now, kind of a toss-up as we're seeing it. So top 5, Max Brady, Blaze Crawford, Frankie Barroso, Jackson Anderson, Tim Ropp. So looking pretty stout. Max Brady in that 5 San Antonio karting complex machine. Looking to get his first win of the season, but also his ASRA career too. So looking to see what he can do in this race. He's got that P1 spot. And these yellow flags too are kind of nice for the leaders because, you know, it counts down the race obviously, but it also gives them the ability to, you know, take a breather, not wear out their tires as much, right? So, you know, if you take tires, if you're in the back of the field, you might, you know, be advantageous, but it could also hurt you. So we will see. Mark Whitley, there he is. Daryl Young, they were just outside the top 10. Right now they pitted, I believe, a second ago, if my stats are correct here. So that could mean fresh tires for them. And that could also mean flying through this field. So right now, folks, we're going to figure this thing out. Starting to wind down this race, the Wild Willies throwback race here. 13 laps to go. And it has been a really, really damn good race. So right now we're going to go back green. Brady and Crawford up front, teammates. Then you have Frankie Barroso, Jackson Anderson in that second row. Man, Tim Robb, Nick Lights. Look at the guys right in this top 10. A lot of guys here looking to get their first win of the season and their career. Who can get this thing done, man? Here we go. Brady and Crawford up front. And the green flag is out. Awesome jump there from Max Brady. Frankie Barroso might have a lane here as well. Blaze going to side draft the hell out of Frankie right there. He might get him. And down this backstretch, all kinds of chaos going around. Looking so good right here. Back of the field, 3 wide. Andrew Phipps in the middle. Oh, held on to it. Oh, Dylan Bates, I believe, going around to the back. Joseph Mealy as well. Doing some jumps in the front stretch. Grass. This might be a yellow. Stops on the track and keeps it going. Wow, great job to hold off the wall. But we stay green. Two and 3 wide all around this track right now. Brady still up front. 10 laps to go here. Can Brady hold off Blaze Crawford, his buddy as well, and get his... Oh, no, yellow flag. What happened here? Brandon 6 goes around, I believe. Believe he does. Let's take a look real quick. Yellow flag comes out. Dylan Bates. Take one more look at that real fast. I don't believe this is a yellow yet. Tangle up right here. Mealy once again gets through the grass the best he can. This was earlier, about 2 laps ago. Keeps it going. But then a little bit later, 6 looks like he comes off the track here. Oh, wow. Just kind of misjudges that. Not sure if the 1 came down a little bit, but looks like 6 maybe just misjudged that right there and I can imagine the man behind that, number 66, is definitely frustrated as far as how this race has gone. Another race where, man, just has not worked out for him. Very, very fast, but as the race progresses, just not, hasn't worked. It hasn't worked out for him, and, how the race has progressed and things like that, it just didn't work in his favor. So that win's coming. It's just a matter of when. We know how fast he is. But right now, 8 laps to go. A couple of guys coming down pit road. Mealy, 6. Dylan Bates. A bunch of guys staying out as we expect. So Max Brady up front. 8 laps to go here. Should go back green about maybe 5 laps to go. So we'll step aside real quick. We'll thank some sponsors, folks. We'll come right back. Alrighty, folks, drama at the end of this Wild Willies throwback race, man. 7 laps to go. Pace car lights are still on, so we're not going to go green just yet. We should, like I said, have our restart about 5 laps or so to go, so we'll see how this goes. But, yeah, trouble again for Brandon 6. Got into, I forget who it is now, but got into a car. Maybe just misjudged it, not sure, but either way, big wreck. Just goes to show, that, I mean, hey, we've seen all the big, the elite drivers this season so far. Bowie and Whitley and Six, all former champions, right? Whitley, 2-time champion, kind of making mistakes here and there, right? And it can happen to anybody. So hard racing, hard tracks, so it's all a matter of, what can happen. But either way, right now it is 1 lap to go. We're going to go back green here with 5 laps to go. Max Brady out front, trying to lock down his first win of his career. But he's got some hungry drivers in the back here looking to get it. Blaze on the outside here, going to try and go for 2 wins on the season. Then you have Frankie Barroso looking to get his first win of the season. Nick Light's right there as well. And then a couple more guys right behind him, right? You've got Jacob Weist, right behind Lights, looking to get his first win ever. Anderson in that 83. One Daytona, but looking to get his second win of the season, right? So a bunch of guys here, right kind of in that striking distance to maybe get this thing done. So we'll see how this works out. But can Brady hold off his teammate? Crawford has bested his friend and teammate here a bunch of times. Is it finally Max Brady's turn? We're going to find out. Pace car takes the left-hand corner. We're going green here. 5 laps to go here for the Wild Willies throwback race. We are back green. Brady on the outside lane here looking pretty good. Frankie going to try and get a good run here down low. Blaze kind of bobbles it just a little bit. Really tough racing here. Everyone trying to think, oh, look at this. Anderson and Lights kind of doing each other right there, but man, way up high for a couple of guys here. I believe that was Austin Salyers, really out of shape on the outside lane. They all maintain it. Everyone's scrambling as much as they can to get to the front. It's desperation time. Bowie and Whitley right there as well. Whitley up front, Max Brady up front. Frankie and Blaze not giving an inch right now. They're both fighting for it. Smecker says, screw it all, I'm trying the outside line. I love that energy. And look at the run he's going to get here. He might have a good run into turn one here. Blaze looking fantastic on the outside lane. Devin going to get a great run here on the outside. Frankie and Blaze Crawford, Nick Lights, all right there. Man, what a great run. Blaze finally makes the move around Frankie Barroso. Nick Lights, though, is right there. This is for third spot. 2 laps to go here for the throwback race here in Legacy, Texas. What an incredible job so far by everybody. A lot of these guys just don't have it. Devin Smecker making the outside lane work really, really well. Top 5 for him today. I feel like would be a win for him. What a great job by these boys. Nick Lights, his teammate, right there as well. But Blaze is in P2. That fight with him and Frankie Barroso might not be it. It's the white flag here, sponsored by Cardano. Max Brady, man, after a couple of seasons of trying what he can and always trying to get to the top spot, came so close last season at Atlanta, saw the checkered flag, just didn't cross it first. And right here into turn 3 and turn 4, man, Max Brady gonna finally, after all this time, win his very first race here in ASRA. Max Brady wins the Wild Willies throwback race here in Legacy, Texas. There he is, Max Brady, the winner. Finally gets the job done today. Always the bridesmaid up against his friend and teammate, Blaze Crawford. I feel like every time Blaze wins, Max is either in second or third. But this time, Max gets the job done in that San Antonio Karting Complex machine number 5. Awesome, awesome stuff. We're going to let him burn it down for a bit. Man, Max Brady finally gets the job done. 7 different winners now, folks, in the first 7 races. You can thank Premier's setups for that. Great racing, great setups, and a great field full of amazing talent. It's already shaping up, folks, to be the most competitive season so far in the ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series. Man, another one in the books. In Texas, the throwback race. Not a throwback in that car, but hey, I'll tell you what, looking very, very good. We'll step aside, folks. We'll talk to your top 3. By the way, top 5, Max Brady, Blaze Crawford, Nick Lights in P3, Frankie Barroso, Devin Smecker in P5. Awesome job. We'll come right back, folks. Stick around.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Doggy bowl empty, Lakers pool sleeping, Rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight, Rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back to the conclusion of the Wild Willies throwback race here in Legacy, Texas. Man, what an incredible race we just saw. We're going to bring in your top three as we always do. First, we're going to bring in our third place finisher, Nick Lights. Man, what a great run today for him. See if we can find him real quick and then go and steal him. Here we go. Nick Lights, hey man, we said earlier, we'll see you at the end, and you made it happen. Stage 2 winner. And then, man, you just kind of fought, right, in Stage 3, and you got the job done here to get a third spot, man. Great effort. How'd you do it?
Yeah, well, when I talked to you last time, I was worried about the tires and stuff, so I fell all the way back to 30th, but pitted there, I think, one of those times, I don't know when that happened, and the caution kind of saved me. So I was able to get 5th for the, that run there, and able to hold on to it to come out 3rd, and so pretty excited about that. It was fun. Congrats to the top 2. I know they're gonna be excited, Brady and Crawford there, so it was a lot of fun. I really wanted that trophy because I know it's a trophy race. But
It is, yep.
Awesome throwback race car and race we had today.
Yes, sir, man. Good stuff. Give us a shout out real quick of your sponsors, friends and family, man, before we let you go.
Yes, shout out to you for putting this on. I think this is my first interview this season.
Oh,
I think.
yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, shout out to you for putting this on, and Murphy Esports and Cardano, Hosky, everybody there. Really great people. Great sponsors as well that they bring on board. So excited about the rest of the season and see if we can't come home with a win.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, great job so far. We'll see you next week. Great stuff.
Yes, sir. I'll talk to you next week.
Okay. Bye-bye. Oh, my God. Dude's a character. I love him. All right, P2, we'll bring him in. Blaze Crawford. Where the hell is he? Here he is. P2. Let's get the right graphic on screen. I kind of know what I'm doing. Let's bring him in. Blaze Crawford. Uh-oh, hold on now. Here he is. Blaze Crawford, P2 on the day today. Man, I know you wanted that win. You've been looking so good on these 1.5 mile tracks, but this one's a little different, right? Old school Texas. Either way, you fought. You did a great job today. P2, man, not too bad.
Yeah, man, I felt like I kind of gave that one away. But if there's anybody that I wanted to cross the line in front of me, it would probably be that number 5 Flem Dog Motor Max Brady. So bittersweet. But man, I felt like I ran a great race. Qualified up front for the first time in a few weeks. Just kind of had a quiet day and quietly led and just put laps together. And I feel like that's really what I have to do if I want to extend my point lead. So really happy with being able to run up front the whole time, and really happy that that flag motor is able to go 1-2.
Yes, sir, man. Looking really, really good. Hey, give us real quick a shout out for any sponsors, friends, family before we let you go.
Yeah, man, for sure. Obviously, shout out to you guys for the awesome broadcast. Shout out to my family, my pap, girlfriend, all of them watching the race every week. The Texas OEM wheels cup car today was fast, man. That thing was flying. But it seemed like that that Texas OEM wheels just got one upped by the good old San Antonio karting complex by that 5 car. So appreciate our sponsors, appreciate Matt and everyone for letting us have this opportunity to come out here and have some fun with these guys. And we'll be back next week, taking my crown back, not letting Max Brady beat me again. He got his win. It's time for me to get a few more.
Love to hear that, man. Hey, a couple of Texas sponsors, right? San Antonio Karting Complex, Texas OEM Wheels in Texas, home field. Not too bad, man. Hey, good luck. Go and celebrate. Do your thing, man. We'll see you next week, dude. Good stuff.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
There he is, Blaze Crawford. What a great job by him today. Let's bring him in, though. P1, Max Brady, finally gets the job done. Let's sneak him in here. Where is he? Here he is. Here's the man. Max Brady finally pulls through and gets his first win of the season and his career here in the ASRA. Man, you really pulled it off today. You looked fast. You got around Blaze at the right time, and then you held on to it. I mean, how did you win, man? Like you were fast, right? But I mean, did that late race yellow, where during the green flag pit stops, did that kind of change things up? Like, how'd it go for you?
Man, well, first of all, I've been trying to win one of these dang races since I obviously got in the league.
Yeah.
It's been like, I've probably done like 20 or so races by now, and I've came close like 3 or 4 times. There was so many races, and I mean, I've got I think I have a good top 5 percentage in these races. I feel like I always run up in the top 5, so to finally actually like put it all together and win the race was great. But yeah, so we all pit, and then the caution came out, and I knew that there was only going to be like 22 laps left, and throughout the whole night I was really good for 20 to 22 laps, and then the last 10 laps of the run, like I was struggling bad. I think I didn't really save my right front good the whole race, so I need to improve on that for the future. But so we had a restart with like 22, 23 to go, and I knew that if I just pushed maximum effort, that my tires wouldn't really fall off. So I was racing with Blaze there. We were staying single file, trying to get away from the field because obviously Blaze is my flag mode teammate, and I got a run on him, and I'm like, I can't pass up this opportunity, because if I don't get by him here, I think he would have just held me off the whole time, because Blaze is obviously a very good driver. So once I got by him, held on to him for a couple laps, and we had another caution, and I kind of knew at that point if I just didn't screw anything up that I had it in the bag.
Yes, sir, man. Really impressive stuff, and obviously me seeing a lot of your races and these races in general, it feels good, even from my point of view, to see you finally win, man. You've deserved it for so long, so it's good to see. You get the playoff ticket. You also get a trophy, man. Today was a trophy race.
Oh my gosh.
So
I went when the schedule came out. When the schedule came out, I saw that there were these trophy races, and I'm like, bro, I actually told Blaze, I'm like, dude, I need to get me a trophy, because those trophies are badass. I can't even lie.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I got one, which is great. That was one of my goals, obviously, to win the championship, but I wanted to win a trophy race.
Yes, sir, man. Yeah, shout out to Sick Trophies, by the way. We'll talk more about them as the season goes on. But yeah, really good stuff. So yeah, we'll get all that stuff later on to send you out that trophy, man. But good stuff. Good. Obviously in the playoffs now. Feeling pretty good,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Give us a shout out real quick to your friends, family, sponsors before we let you go.
Obviously, I want to thank my family for supporting me in this whole ASRA journey. I want to thank my son, Blaze Crawford. He was my son tonight. I took him to town. Also, huge shout out to Dog Motorsports, amazing team. San Antonio Karting Complex, Texas OEM Wheels America, all the sponsors on this beautiful number 5 Chevy Camaro. And Harpoon Designs as well for making the car. Got to thank them as well, and I think that's about all the thanking I got to do.
Hey, yes, sir, man. Home field win there for San Antonio Karting Complex, so good stuff here in Texas. So, man, really impressed by you. Good stuff today. Go and celebrate, dude. We'll see you next week.
Appreciate it. Thank you to Flagship Motors for this beautiful car and the beautiful motor. We taking this thing to victory lane.
All right, there he is, folks. Your winner today, Max Brady, for the Wild Willies Throwback race, man. Unbelievable job. What a fantastic race. Really, really impressed by, quite frankly, a lot that went down here today. Good stuff. And, man, a highlight for me, I really think, was that Stage 2. Stage 2, kind of like the last 25 laps, was just some of the best racing, honestly, in this league that I've seen. You know, I mean, a couple of wrecks here and there towards the end, but, man, it was just a lot of fun. Shout out, obviously, to Premier Setup Shop for doing the setups here today, as well as Harpoon Design and Wild Willies for always bringing the great sponsorships and the great paint schemes today for the Throwback race. But Max Brady wins it. What an awesome time, folks. Man, cannot wait to see how the season keeps continuing to unfold. We'll show you the finishing order. There it is real quick. Let that play for a second. But, man, awesome run today. Brandon 6, Stage 1 winner. Nicolite, Stage 2 winner. And then capping it off, Max Brady wins the big race today. So good stuff. As always, next week, we go to Dover. September 24th, going to be a day race. Going to be our first race of our Mid-Season Madness tournament. So going to be a lot of fun. Dover, Talladega, the Indy Oval will be our 3 races for that Mid-Season Madness. Think of it kind of like the NBA in-season tournament in a way. It's kind of like that. It's basically like a playoff format race in the middle of the season. So a lot of fun. pretty fun success last season, and it should be a lot of fun as we start that next week. So a lot of good stuff coming, folks. Big thanks to you for being here. Shout out to all of our fans. Hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. We do appreciate that. It actually goes a long way for viewership as far as engagement. So big thanks to you. We'll see you next week, folks. No IMSA Experience race tomorrow night. It is the off week, so we'll be off for that. And I do believe the NORA Truck Series is back next Monday. I'll have to confirm that. They took like a week off, so it's been, or a month off. It's been a while since they followed the actual Craftsman Truck schedule. So I believe we're back Monday for that, and then Tuesday we'll be right back here for Dover. So that'll be it, folks. Have a good night. Max Brady, your winner today. Have a good night. We love you.